Vanessa the Crafty Gemini. I post weekly videos right here on my YouTube channel, and in this hand embroidery video, I'm teaching you the backstitch. Alright, so now we're going to get ready to learn how to do the backstitch, and it's just like it sounds. Instead of going forward like we did for the running stitch, we're now going to take the stitches backwards. So to give myself a straight line, just going to take a ruler and a fabric marking pen. Make myself a nice line here so you all can see what I'm doing. And this helps for beginners too, so you don't freehand it, and that way you'll see exactly where you need to stay in line with your stitches. So again, a threaded needle. I'm using, again, the craft thread. You can use pearl cotton or your embroidery floss, however many strands you want. Now I'm going to come up from the back, and I'm going to take a stitch just like we would start off our running stitch. All right? Now after you have that first stitch, instead of coming up here somewhere like we did with the running stitch, we're going to come up further up on my line. Do you see how far that is up away from this one? And as I come up in front, I'm now going to go back to complete that stitch. And you can go right back in the hole of where the first stitch started, so it looks continuous and you don't want to see a gap there. You can do it like that if you want to, but this is how it goes. I come up way ahead, about the same length of the stitch that I want to have finished, and I'm going to come right back in the hole of where that one ends. Like this. And this is a great stitch to use for outlining, for text. So you come up about the stitch length that you want away from the previous stitch, and then come back in the hole where the previous stitch finished. And if you get a knot like that, just there we go. Just be a little careful tugging it so you don't create a knot, but come up again and go down the same hole you came out in the previous one. And you just work your way down, creating your stitches just like this. The idea is that you create consistently sized stitches, but when you're starting off, it's no big deal. If they're all close together, you'll still create that illusion of one continuous line. So when you're working in a straight line and you're trying to do something like an outline, you will, if you have a mistake like this, where you come up and the stitch is like a little to the left or to the right of the previous stitch, it's going to pretty much show a lot when you're working with it in an outline for the most part. So a quick way to correct that, it's real simple. This is one good thing about hand embroidery, is nothing is permanent, right? I just slip the thread off of my needle, and so I have my loose thread here. And now I'm just going to come in here with anything. It could be a pin, your seam ripper. I'm going to lift up that stitch and pull the thread out, and pull it out from the back as well, and just rethread your needle and redo the stitch. It's real simple to correct. Alright, so we're coming up on my last stitch here for this sample, and since I'm ending with it on the back, all my stitches on the front are done. We're going to flip it over, and I'll show you how to tie it off. Just go under one of those stitches, whatever you have near there, and don't pull all the way. Leave yourself that loop so that you can bring the needle through once. Once is enough, but I don't know why, but I always do too. It's the quilter in me. And just give it a tug to bring that knot nice and tight. And then you can trim off any excess. And there you have your line of back stitches. Alright, so there is our line of back stitches for our sample here. Go ahead and play around with that and work on trying to get those stitches as consistent as you can get them to be, both in length and in a straight line, if that's the sample that you're working on. Now remember, if you're joining us new to this hand embroidery series, you can always click on the graphic right there of the embroidery hoop, and that will take you to the full video playlist where you can watch all the videos in this hand embroidery series from beginning to end. So that's it for this hand embroidery video tutorial. I hope you enjoyed learning how to do the backstitch and that you'll give it a try, give it some practice, and use it in your next project. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.